Hi everyone, and welcome. Today, we're tackling a super common SQL error that can stop you in your tracks. Error code 1136, column count doesn't match value count at row 1. If you've ever tried to insert data into a database and seen this message, you know how frustrating it can be. But don't worry, it's usually a simple fix once you understand what's happening. This error message means exactly what it says. The number of columns you're trying to put data into doesn't match the number of values you're providing in your insert statement. It's like trying to fit 5 items into a box designed for 3, or trying to fill a 5-slot box with only 3 items. Something isn't aligning. Let's break down the common reasons you might encounter this error. First, you might be providing too many values. For example, if your table only has 3 columns, but your insert statement tries to provide 4 values, the database gets confused. Second, you could be providing too few values. If your table has 5 columns and you only give 3 values, the database doesn't know what to do with the missing ones. A frequent scenario where this happens is when you use the insert into table_name values syntax without explicitly listing the columns. When you do this, MySQL expects you to provide a value for every single column in the table, in the exact order they were defined. If you miss one, or if there's an auto_increment column you didn't account for, you'll hit error 1136. So, how do we fix it? You have a few main strategies. The most robust and recommended solution is to always explicitly list the columns you are inserting data into. This gives you precise control and makes your code much clearer. For instance, instead of insert into users values, John, Doe, John at example.com, which implies you're providing values for all columns, you would write insert into users, first_name, last_name, email, values, John, Doe, John at example.com. This way, even if your table has other columns like user_ID, which might be auto_increment or created_at with a default value, you don't need to provide values for them, and MySQL handles them automatically. Another fix is to ensure that if you don't list the columns, you provide a value for every single column in your table, in the correct order. You can use describe table_name to see the exact column names and their order. If a column is auto_increment, you can often use null as its value in this context, and MySQL will generate the next number. If a column has a default value, you can use default as its value to explicitly tell MySQL to use the default. However, explicitly listing columns is generally the safer and more maintainable approach. It prevents errors if the table structure changes in the future, as your insert statement will still be valid as long as the specified columns exist. Remember, consistency is key when inserting data. Double-check your table structure, count your columns, and make sure your values match up perfectly. And that's how you conquer error code 1136. I hope this explanation helps you troubleshoot your SQL issues quickly and confidently. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below with any questions, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tutorials. See you next time.